This video contains language and visuals that may not be appropriate for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. For 25 years, the notorious Werewolf of Bedburg, Peter Stumpp, evaded detection while committing crimes which casted a dark shadow throughout Germany. Reportedly, he lived a dual life as both man and beast. In his werewolf form, he harmed countless number of men, women, and children. When unable to lure victims, his violence extended towards farm animals and his family. Despite the horror he inflicted, only one surviving news pamphlet from 1590 chronicled his deeds, and over time, his gruesome story faded from public memory. Yet some suggest that Stumpp may have influenced the folklore of Little Red Riding Hood. Both stories center on themes of deception and hidden danger. The folktale Little Red Riding Hood originated in late 16th century. Most retellings feature a girl in a red hood who visited her grandmother, only to encounter a disguised wolf. In this tale, the wolf eats her, but a hunter arrives just in time to rescue both the girl and her grandmother. The moral of the story emphasizes the dangers of trusting the unknown, which resonates with the fears in this era. During this period, Europe experienced a surge in supernatural beliefs and connected people's disappearances to the actions of the devil, witches, and werewolves. Many were accused of transforming into werewolves and committing horrific acts. This was fueled by a climate of superstition, religious conflict, and the scapegoating of marginalized individuals during challenging times. The fear of the unknown influenced stories like Little Red Riding Hood to take shape. Known as the Werewolf of Bedburg, Peter Stumpp became one of the most notorious werewolves from this era. Born in Bedburg, Germany, Stumpp reportedly began practicing sorcery, witchcraft, and necromancy at the age of 12 until the end of his life. With his practice, he made a pact with the devil. In exchange for his loyalty, the devil granted Stumpp a shape-shifting belt. This belt allowed him to transform into a ravenous werewolf where he can commit murders undetected. When he removed the belt, he would revert to his original form, appearing like an innocent man. His crimes were often fueled by a desire for revenge. At night, in his werewolf form, he would hunt specific targets, while by day, he blended into the lives of his victims' friends and family, thus drawing the theme of hidden dangers that are found in the tales of Little Red Riding Hood. Stumpp's victims, which were primarily women and children, suffered tragic fates. He reportedly stalked them until they were outside the city, then, in his werewolf form, attacked them in rural fields. In some instances, he would target groups of girls, capturing one while the others fled. Captured victims were defiled before their lives were taken. As news of his gruesome deeds spread, the people of Bedburg and surrounding towns started to become fearful of being devoured by werewolves. Stumpp's victims' count was unknown, but among them were 13 children and 2 pregnant women, whose fetuses were torn out of their wombs. Like what he had done with his farm animals, in a satanic ritual, he ripped out the fetus's heart and devoured them to satisfy his appetite for raw meat. He was known to be a well-off farmer, but behind the walls of his home, he engaged in an incestuous relationship with his daughter that resulted in the birth of a child. Yet his lust did not stop there. He also violated his sister and had a mistress. He only felt fulfilled when his son was born. However, that joy was overshadowed by his murderous impulse. In a brutal betrayal, he lured his son into a forest under the pretense of a nature walk, only to reveal his true form and devour his own child. At this point, the townspeople began to blame any violence against women and children on the Werewolf of Bedburg. Tired of living in fear, they organized hunts for the werewolf, using dogs and traps in an effort to put an end to his horrific reign. One day, the dogs were hot on his trail. Peter, in his werewolf form, decided to remove his magical belt in hopes of the dogs losing his tracks. In a fateful turn of events, while transforming, Peter unknowingly revealed his identity to those who had pursued him. Recognizing who he was, the hunters captured him. In the wake of his arrest, he confessed to his crimes and revealed the deal he made with the devil in an attempt to escape torture. On October 28, 1589, Peter Stumpp, along with his daughter and mistress, were found guilty and sentenced to execution. He was tortured and then beheaded on the wheel. His body, along with his accomplices, were burned in front of a gathered crowd. It was alleged that the Prince of Germany attended the event. After his execution, a memorial was built to honor the known victims of Peter Stumpp's crimes. The pamphlet detailing Stumpp's life did claim that some of the tales might be exaggerated, but it also provided the names of people who witnessed his crimes. By the end of Stumpp's reign, trials of werewolves persisted across Germany and Eastern Europe. However, in the late 1700s, the educated classes began to lose their interest in werewolves, resulting in a decline in such trials. Despite this shift, it is estimated that around 30,000 individuals were executed as supposed werewolves in France alone between 1520 and 1630. What do you guys think on Peter Stumpp? Do you believe he was the inspiration for the werewolf in A Little Red Riding Hood? As always, all my sources are in the description below. I would greatly appreciate it if you guys could like and subscribe. I will try to release videos every single month. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I would like to thank you for watching.